Despite these remarkable achievements of the Commonwealth, we do not need to go behind the daily headlines to see that the world, in the words of our President, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and this is what he said, I quote, "The world is in a bad place," unquote. Whether it is in Commonwealth countries or the entire world, we do face existential and troubling challenges. Indeed, insecurity best describes our world. In the political, economic, social, environmental, and climatic spheres. The business and supply chain impacts of COVID-19, the war in Ukraine, and the worsening climate events associated with climate change merely expose the failure of the Development Cooperation Framework, which was fashioned in the waning years of the Second World War. The weak resilience that characterizes the economies of Commonwealth developing countries can be traced to their marginalization in the multilateral trading system, with our very limited footprints on the global trade landscape. The shares of Pacific Island countries and African countries in world trade are manifestly below potential, at 0.03% for the Pacific Island countries and 3% for African countries. We operate at the periphery of the multilateral trading system with a narrow range of exports, mostly primary products, minerals, oil and gas. We all know what's happening. We cut out our raw materials in their very raw form, take it to other markets that add value to these materials and send them back to us. In the cases of the Caribbean and the Pacific, because of their very small populations, they lack economies of scale. And this is made worse by high transportation and marketing costs for the Pacific countries, because they are located very far from the key markets of Europe, or the United States, or China, or Japan. In addition to these constraints, their efforts to attract foreign direct investment have also not been very successful. They account for 0.1% of global investment flows. In nearly all Commonwealth countries, social mobility is stalling, even though the future world of work, including climate adaptation, opens new possibilities through the way we teach our young, leverage innovation and services through ICT, social media, automation, and artificial intelligence. Jobless growth, or wealth creation with high unemployment and rising cost of living, characterizes nearly all our economies. Commonwealth countries need to create over 50,000 decent jobs each day until 2030 in order to provide opportunities for our young people who are entering the labor market. It is estimated that together, Commonwealth countries need to create 3 in every 5 jobs in the world, as the labor market in countries such as Japan, China, and Europe shrink. Within the Commonwealth itself, labor mobility does not correspond to the labor rigidities of our economies, denying markets the skills and resources that are needed to create goods and services which are needed to power greater inclusive growth and wealth creation. And we have failed to draw the link between young tech workers, the ubiquity of services they provide, and anxiety over physical migration.